One of the most common estate planning questions I hear is this: what is the difference between a will and a trust? If you're trying to decide between a will and a revocable living trust, you're not alone. While these two estate planning documents often work together, they serve very different purposes. And understanding those differences can help you protect your assets, provide for your loved ones, and make settling your estate much easier in the future. So let's start with a will. A will is a legal document that explains how you want your assets distributed after your death. It also allows you to name an executor. That's the person responsible for carrying out your wishes. For parents of minor children, a will is especially important because it lets you designate a guardian to care for your children if something happens to you. One important thing to understand is that a will typically must go through probate. Probate is a court-supervised legal process of validating your will, paying outstanding debts, and distributing assets to your beneficiaries. It's basically instructions after death to the probate court. In some states, probate processes are more difficult and take longer to complete than others. Now, let's look at the revocable living trust. A revocable living trust is a legal arrangement that holds ownership of your assets while you're alive and directs how those assets are managed during your lifetime and then after your death. In most cases, you serve as your own trustee, maintaining full control over your assets while you're alive. If you become incapacitated or pass away, your successor trustee steps in and follows the instructions you've already put in place. One of the biggest advantages of a properly funded living trust is that the assets held inside the trust generally avoid probate. And that often means your beneficiaries receive their inheritances more quickly, with greater privacy, and potentially lower administrative costs. A trust also provides flexibility that a will simply cannot do. If you want to leave money to children, grandchildren, or beneficiaries who may need financial oversight, a trust allows you to specify exactly when and how distributions should be made. Instead of receiving a large inheritance all at once, beneficiaries can receive funds at certain ages for specific purposes like education or healthcare or even purchasing your first house. So which one is right for you? For many people, a will is the foundation of a solid estate plan. Everyone should have one, especially if you have children or own property. However, if you have a larger estate, own real estate in multiple states, value privacy, and want to avoid probate, a revocable living trust may provide significant additional benefits. It's also important to understand that having a trust doesn't eliminate a need for a will. Most people with a trust also have what's called a pour-over will. This document directs any assets that weren't transferred into the trust during your life to be moved into the trust after your death, helping keep your entire estate plan coordinated. Finally, remember that estate planning isn't just about wills and trusts. Things like beneficiary designations on retirement accounts, life insurance policies, transfer on death accounts often override what's written in your will or your trust. That's why it's important to review your entire financial plan on a regular basis and keep documents up to date. So, the bottom line is this: a will tells the court how to distribute your assets after your death, while a living trust can help manage your assets during your lifetime and protect them if you become incapacitated, and often allows your assets to pass to your beneficiaries without going through probate. So because every family situation is different, it's important to work with an experienced estate planning attorney in combination with a financial planner to create an estate plan that aligns with your financial goals. If this was helpful, click and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook or Instagram for more tips like this. And if you have questions about whether a will, a trust, or a combination of both is the right estate planning strategy for your family, we'd be happy to help.